Welcome back into the Todd Bowles Show. Casey Phillips here with head coach Todd Bowles. So going against Purdy as a rookie quarterback, I'm sure you guys didn't have a ton of film on him, of course, but what did he do that maybe either surprised you or that you expected from him coming out and the way he was able to command that offense?
I think he came out just like we thought he was. We know he's going to get a boot, and we know he's going to get some play action, and we know he's going to scramble and run the ball and try to make a play. I think we busted two coverages, especially the one at the end of the half. That should have never happened, and he found the guy and made a play, so it's a credit to him.
And I know stopping the run in particular, this was not a game that I'm sure you were happy with the way the defense was able to do that, but I mean, McCaffrey and Debo are both very challenging guys to go against. So what did you see as the primary issues in the run game in particular, and what was it that they were doing versus what you guys weren't doing?
They were running off the ball, trying to get to the second level to block Levante and Deven, and we were not in our gaps half the time. We were busting our gap fits and our run fits, and we let out a couple runs that shouldn't have never let out, and we had unblocked guys. And that's crucial when you're trying to play the run. Run fits are extremely crucial. We talk about it every day. It's something we pride ourselves on, and that was not a good game.
How much did Vita leaving early affect what you guys were able to do?
I mean, he left early. He's a big part of what we do, but we don't lose much when Nacho comes in the game. Nacho played decent. We just got beat on the edges, and we got to shore up our run fits. It doesn't take Vita to fit in every gap when we have our run fits. You know what your gap is when you're out there on defense, and we make that crystal clear. So we just got to keep harping on that and go back to basics.
It is crazy how many times I've had to ask you about having multiple DBs injured all at the same time. And you were at a point in that game where I think you only had 2 available corners. And what is the difference in when you know ahead of time in the game that the guys are out versus then also losing guys mid-game? And coaches are always going to say, next man up, we can't use it as an excuse. But of course it changes who's out there and maybe even to a degree what you have game planned for some of the guys. So what is the different ways that affects what you guys end up being able to do when they're out before and then they're also guys dropping in the middle of the game?
For us, we had a 6 DB package, and then losing 1 or 2, that kind of limits that package. And Delaney kind of moonlights as a safety / corner / nickel. And it makes Zion do things that he's usually not comfortable doing. But it's best to know before the game. But when the game comes, you have adjustments that you can make when you throw somebody in there. You got to know you have to make calls if someone gets hurt.
And your outside linebackers, what did you see from those guys, and just overall how have they been trying to make up for the fact that Shaq Barrett has been out, and where are you hoping to maybe see a little bit more from them?
You like to see them better in the pass rush. They've been good in the run game, minus yesterday, other than Carl, really. Nelson did a decent job. We got to get better pressure on the edge when we're rushing 4. We don't get there as quick without Shaq there. We got to make sure we keep working and harping on the things they need to harp on. Joe's been close quite a few times. Nelson's been close. Carl's been good there. Avery's been fast, but the ball's been out. But we got to keep harping on getting more pressure from those guys when it's a 4-man rush.
And we saw Levante recovering yet another fumble, his specialty. What did you see from the inside linebackers in this game outside of that play as a whole?
They had a bunch of tackles, but at the same time, they were getting off, running up to them quicker than they normally would, which means the D-line should buckle down and either grab those linemen or either make the tackle themselves. But they had their share of tackles. They were going laterally. They can come downhill a step or 2, but we discussed those in the meeting, and they'll be good going forward.
All right, well, we have more coming up here on the Todd Bowles Show. We'll be right back.